Today we will discuss about the ideal transformer. So ideal transformer is nothing but that should be in ideal position. Okay, so the definition of ideal transformer is the transformer which is free from all types of losses is known as an ideal transformer. Okay, here we don't have any core losses as well as the ohmic losses and no leakage flux. Okay, ideal transformer has following important characteristics. Here we have primary and secondary resistance should be 0 and core of the ideal transformer is very less, and we have that infinite permeable means less magnetizing current requires for magnetizing their cores. The leakage flux of the transformer becomes 0. Okay, we don't have any leakage flux in transformer in ideal case. That is, the whole of the flux induces in the core of the transformer links with their primary and secondary winding. Okay, so the ideal transformer has 100% efficiency. Okay, if we have practical transformer we won't get 100% efficiency. In ideal case only we will get 100% efficiency. Okay, the transformer free from hysteresis and eddy current loss also. The transformer is also free from hysteresis and eddy current loss. This hysteresis eddy current loss will comes under the core losses. Okay, ideal transformer don't have any losses. Okay, it is free from all losses, that means core losses as well as the copper losses. Okay, so we don't have any losses. If we don't have any losses, automatically we will get 100% efficiency. Okay, so the properties are not possible in the practical transformer. If it is practical case, we have losses. Okay, core losses as well as the copper losses. In ideal case only there is no loss. Okay, there is no losses, so we don't have any power loss. So the output power is equal to input power. We don't have any core loss as well as the copper loss. Therefore, the output power is always equals to input power. So the output power we can represent with E2 I2 cos pi. Input power we can represent with E1 I1 cos pi. Okay, VI cos pi ante V2 I2 cos pi, V1 I1 cos pi, or else we can represent V1 I1, that means E1 I1, that is also equals to E2 I2. Okay, we can write down this equation. E2 by E1 is equals to I1 by I2. Secondary induced EMF divided by primary induced EMF, that is equals to primary current divided by secondary current. Okay, so in ideal transformer we don't have any losses, so we can take E2 equals to V2. Ideal transformer we can take applied voltage is equals to induced EMF. Okay, E2 equals to V2 and E1 equals to V1. Applied voltage in primary side and primary induced EMF in ideal case only. Okay, so the transformation ratio we can write down here V2 by EV1 means secondary voltage by primary voltage is equals to secondary induced EMF by primary induced EMF, that is also equals to secondary turns divided by primary turns, secondary number of turns divided by primary number of turns, that is also equals to primary current divided by secondary current. That we can represent with transformation ratio K. K equals to, now what we can write? K equals to V2 by V1, that should also equals to E2 by E1 and equals to N2 by N1 and equals to I1 by I2. Okay, so by observing this equation, we have same similarities between voltage, induced EMF and number of turns. Only the current will be the inversely proportional. Only current should be the inversely proportional to remaining parameters. Okay, V2 by V1, E2 by E1 and N2 by N1 equals to we have I1 by I2. Only current relation should be we have inversely proportional. Okay, this is about the transformation ratio. Next we have ideal transformer. This should be the diagram for ideal transformer. In this, the current, when we are applying voltage V1, the primary of the transformer, the secondary winding is kept open. We can keep the secondary winding is open. So the number of turns N1 and N2 are the primary and secondary. Okay, the current Im is the magnetizing current flow through the primary winding. Okay, when the current flowing, magnetizing current flowing through the primary winding of the transformer, and magnetizing current produces the magnetizing flux. Okay, in the core of the transformer, magnetizing flux will be produced in the core of the transformer. As the permeability of the core is infinite, the flux of the core link with both the primary and secondary winding of the transformer. Okay, so here the flux link with the primary winding induces the EMF because of self-induction. Okay, here in primary winding we have self-induction. Okay, the flux is links with the primary winding, induces the EMF E1 because of self-induction. Okay, so the direction of the induced EMF is inversely proportional to the applied voltage. What we are getting the applied voltage in primary side, that direction is inversely proportional to the applied voltage from Lenz law. Okay, so similarly the EMF E2 induces in the secondary winding of the transformer. The EMF E2 induces in the secondary winding of the transformer because of mutual induction principle. Okay, we are getting the primary induced EMF on primary winding side because of the self induction, and we'll get the secondary induced EMF in secondary winding of the transformer because of mutual induction principle. Okay, here there is no electrical connection between these two windings. Okay, so we should apply the electrical connection for only primary side of the transformer. Because of mutual induction principle, we will get the EMF on secondary side of the transformer also. Okay, now we will discuss phasor diagram for ideal transformer. Okay, here the ideal transformer, purely inductive magnetizing current induces the transformer, the lags by the input voltage by 90 degrees. Here this should be the flux pi m, magnetizing flux what we are getting. Okay, that flux current is in phase with flux. The current is in phase with flux. Here the E1 and E2 are the EMF induced in the primary and secondary winding of the transformer. The E1 and E2 are the EMF induced in the primary and secondary winding of the transformer E1, E2. The direction of the induced EMF inversely proportional to applied voltage. Just you observe, induced EMF will be in downward direction. The applied voltage should be in upward direction. Both are in opposite direction. So we'll get the flux. Because of flux, we'll get the EMF, induced EMF. When the current flowing through the winding, then only the flux will be produced in that coil. Okay, when the flux is links with the conductor or coil from the Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction, and EMF is induced in that coil. Okay, here In ideal transformer we don't have any losses. Okay, it is free from all types of losses. What are the losses in practical case we have? In generally we have core losses as well as the copper losses. Core losses is nothing but in core loss we'll get hysteresis as well as the eddy current loss. Copper losses are the I square R losses. Okay, ideal transformer is free from all types of losses. So we have zero losses, so automatically we will get good efficiency. Approximately 100% efficiency we will get in ideal transformer. Okay, so here primary side of the power is equals to secondary input power is equals to output power. So V2 I2 cos pi is the output power, V1 I1 cos pi is the input power. So V1 I1 is equals to V2 I2 we can write down. Okay, so in ideal transformer applied voltage is equals to induced EMF we can write down. V2 equals to E2 we can write down. V1 equals to E1 also we can write down. So applied voltage on primary side we can represent V1. Applied voltage on secondary side we can represent V2. Induced EMF on primary side we can represent E1. Induced EMF on secondary side we can represent E2. Number of turns on primary side we can represent N1. Number of turns on secondary side we can represent N2. So the flux flowing entire the coil is the pi m sin omega t. Alternating flux is produced. Why? Because we are giving input is the alternating. AC supply we are giving as the input to transformer. So the flux will also get the alternating flux. So pi equals to pi m sin omega t will get. Okay, so similarly we'll get primary current as well as the secondary current. I1 is represented with primary current will flow through the primary winding of the transformer. Next we have I2 is the secondary current of the transformer. Okay, in ideal case what is the important one? We don't have any losses. Ideal transformer is free from all types of losses, so we'll get 100% efficiency in ideal transformer. Okay, always the induced EMF is inversely proportional to the applied voltage from Lenz law. Okay, always the induced EMF is inversely proportional to the applied voltage. There is no losses. What are the losses here? Here the core loss as well as the I square R loss means copper loss. Core loss comes under the, in core loss we will get hysteresis and eddy current. I square R losses is the copper losses. Okay, this is about the ideal transformer.